G'day gamers, Aussie Wargamer here in Moree, Australia, and welcome to my channel. On this episode, I break down why you should play Gaslands. So let's get to it, eh? It's an alternate timeline. Mars is colonised by Earth in 1982. 18 years later, the Martian colonies have not only seceded from Earth, but launched a devastating attack on the former mother planet, reducing Earth to a desolate wasteland, enslaving the population by the corporations of Mars. Television is the primary source of entertainment, and Gaslands is the #1 program, broadcasting death races from across the world. You see, the story is why Gaslands works. This post-apocalyptic world of power-hungry TV executives and races with no other option than to duke it out for ratings is as familiar as it is compelling. And the creator of the game has deliberately left the story short and open so that we gamers can create our own stories in this brutal alternate reality. It also sets up a popular archetypal theme of Mad Max-style death racing. After all, the theme is why Gaslands works. It's punky and brutal in all the right post-apocalyptic ways and leads to amazing modelling potential. There's no end to how you can paint and modify your cars, from rusted out buckets of power to sleek killing machines. How you model your cars is as free and open as you want it to be. Not only that, but the world you set up to stage your races offers countless opportunities to explore this post-apocalyptic theme. So what about the game itself? Well, the rules are why Gaslands works. The game operates around gear phases. These are kind of like turns. You can only activate a car that is in a current gear or higher. So if it's gear phase 2, your car needs to be in gear 2 or higher in order to activate. So managing your gears is really important. Doubly so because the gear you're in also determines how you move. The movement in Gaslands happens with these movement templates. You can only choose a template that is compatible with your current gear. So for example, you can gentle turn in gears 1 through 5, but you can only hairpin turn in gears 1 through 3, and you can only long straight in gears 5 and 6. On top of that, one of my favorite rules in the game is the touch it, use it rule. So if you pick up a template, you have to use it regardless of whether it works for you or not. And it's this kind of brutality where things can be going so well and the game comes out to kick you in the butt. That's why Gaslands works. You pick up the template that you think will work, but when you place it, it puts you straight into the edge of a shipping container. But then you have the skid dice. These are where things really get interesting, as you can slide and spin around the track using these dice. So just as I'm about to hit this crate, I can pull a handbrake turn, use a slide on my dice, and I can slide out at the last minute and save myself. But you need to be careful because each maneuver you make gives you hazards. And once you get 6 of them, losing control of your vehicle becomes a real threat. You can mitigate hazards, of course, by rolling shifts on your skid dice, but it's a game of post-apocalyptic vehicular combat, so it's always going to be risky. And this creates beautiful moments in the game. Like this one time I was so close to crossing the finish line, but I needed a spin on my skid dice. I got it, but I got a hazard as well, putting me up to 6 hazards. I made the spin, I just needed to long straight home, but I failed my flip check. Not only did the car flip over, it exploded as well. Of course, it wouldn't be a car combat game if you couldn't crash into things and shoot each other, and Gaslands has that in spades. In fact, it's the violence that's why Gaslands works. You can crash into obstacles or into other cars, and of course there are all manner of weapons you can use, from a devastating flamethrower to the long-range minigun, or you can drop oil slick or glue on the track. Each of the nearly 40 different weapons in the game are unique in their effects, and with names like the Kinetic Super Booster and the Wall of Amplifiers, you can weaponize your cars in so many different ways. Because this customizability is why Gaslands works. Not only do you have choice of weapons, there's other vehicle upgrades such as armor plating, rams, tank traps, and even nitro boosters that you can add to each of the 16 different vehicle types. You want a bus with a bazooka and NOS? You got it. On top of this, your team can have a sponsor that gives you interesting abilities like Miyazaki or Team Slime that allows you to bounce off other cars like a pinball. The rulebook contains 15 different scenarios such as capture the flag and monster truck smash, as well as rules for campaigns so that you can link your games together. And all you need to play is the rulebook, a few Hot Wheels cars, some D6, and your imagination. Because it's this accessibility that's why Gaslands works. The rulebook has these photocopyable templates and charts that you can use, and there's a conversion chart so you can use D6 instead of skid dice if you want to. If you do want to use acrylic templates and proper skid dice, there are third-party companies that make these products. I have a link below for Australian viewers where you can get the book, a set of templates, and a set of skid dice for under 100 clams. If it wasn't already evident, I think this is a cracker of a game. A compelling theme, exciting gameplay, a beautiful book, endless modelling potential. Ultimately though, what this game does is it gives grown adults an excuse to play with Hot Wheels cars. And that, in the end, is why Gaslands works. Well, that's all for this video. Let me know what you think about Gaslands in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want to hear more of me voice. Catch us later.